are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Um, so I know that we talked last session about you were just having some trouble with work and whatnot, and you were wanting to talk about different things that you think are problems that you could change that might help in different aspects of your life. Were you able to pinpoint any of those things?
After doing a little bit of reflection and getting some feedback from some of the people in my life, I want to work on um my bluntness and me being nonchalant. Like I have a tendency of just getting straight to the point, and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. Um, I really don't like beating around the bush. Like, I'm the type of person that just says what it is, and it is what it is, and there's there's nothing to it. So, um, and sometimes it just doesn't work, and I fear, you know, losing some important people in my life because of it, and I don't want that to happen.
So what I'm hearing is you feel like you're too direct, and that maybe the way you say things it may not be said the way like that you want them to be heard. You may be saying one thing to somebody and you don't mean it in a harsh or malicious way, but maybe they take it that way.
Yes, absolutely. Like, everyone is always getting offended by the things that I say, and I always find myself often backpedaling and just being like, you know me for this long, you know my heart, you know I would never say anything in that way. Just kind of take it for what it is and not what you think I may be saying or what you want it to be saying. Just like, you know my heart. Everyone knows my heart. So I'm not sure why they're offended with certain things when it's actually true.
Um, so I think what you're trying to say is like you want to figure out how to, when confronted with a situation, an issue, or a task, or a subject you need to speak with somebody about, that you want to learn how to get to the point and get from point A to point B with an easier transition rather than, like you said, having to backpedal. So learning how to maybe change your tone, or putting some patience into practice. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I guess I can use um I guess I can use that more patience and work on articulating myself a little bit more rather than just saying the first thing that comes to my mind. I don't know, I guess sometimes I just feel like it's more authentic when you say what comes first to your mind. I don't
So,
know.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to change this?
I would say I'm about at a 10 because um I'm hurting the people that love me, and I don't necessarily want to do that, and I want them to know that I love them, and I'm afraid that if I continue to speak to them in a way that is not comforting to them, then they may be out of my life for a while.
Okay, so you told me that one reason that you want to make this change is because of the people in your life, i.e., friends, relationships, close people. What other reasons are you wanting to make this change?
um it has a lot to do with self, because I feel that when I speak in that way, I come off as aggressive, and I don't want to come off as aggressive. um I want to be able to get my point across and people relate to me without them feeling like they are obligated to relate to me just because I'm being blunt or my tone is a bit off. um I would like to say that culturally that's how we talk, that's how my culture talks. I'm from the Caribbean, so it's really hard when I'm speaking to people that is not my family, because my family and I talk that way and we're completely fine. But when I speak to people outside of my family, they're always offended. So, and I don't want to be a scary person. Like, I just want to speak. I just want to speak to people, and I want to be heard when I speak versus being feared.
So, what are some ways that have you tried to do anything to approach this issue in the past that maybe didn't work? And if so, what are some things you think you could try now that would help you begin the process of changing this?
Um, Honestly, I think that I can speak, try to speak more in an open forum, because when I'm speaking more in an open forum, I'm most likely to think about the things that I'm saying out of fear of being embarrassed. So I think if I start trying to speak more in a public forum, then I'll be okay. Or also um, encouraging the people whose feelings that I hurt to provide me with feedback to let me know like how I've hurt them, and then I can work on it from there.
I think that especially asking for feedback sounds like a really, really good idea to try. Um, in terms of a public forum or forum, in what regard? Like, you mean like public speaking, or like you mean like group settings, or just being more forthright with whoever you're encountering?
I mean, more so like in like public speaking, because in public speaking you have to actually stop and reflect and think of the things that you're going to say versus just saying what's on your mind. And that's kind of what I do. I just kind of say what's on my mind. And I guess freedom of speech isn't really freedom of speech. So I kind of want to learn. I kind of want to learn how to stop, think, and reflect on the things that I'm going to say versus just saying it.
I understand. So I think our best course of action would be for our next session is you to take the feedback you get from your friends and family about how you've hurt their feelings or things you've said or how you've approached a situation has affected them emotionally or towards their feelings or thinking of you. Bring them with you next session and we can role play these scenarios. You can tell me how you approach the situation, and then we can try and reframe it and talk about a different way to get your point across, or a different tone or a different phrase. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah, that sounds like a really good plan. Yeah, I'm open to doing that.
Sounds good. So we'll make a plan for to see you next week, and you'll bring your homework. And that's it for today. I appreciate you I appreciate you meeting with me. Sorry.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.